Okay, today we have a little safety information for you. I hope everybody's doing good. The weekend is just about here. I am going to go relax with friends and talk radio and eat great food and sit on the porch and just relax. But before I go, I had to show you this. My wife uses an inverter in her car for a printer. Pretty big printer, pretty big inverter. Not the biggest in the world, but it pulls about 60 amps on DC when it's really heating up and the heaters are going on the printer. So we put in the wiring and fuses and all that kind of stuff that we need. And as a battery isolator, you always want to use one of these solenoids so that when the car is turned off, you kill the power to the little relay and you eliminate the possibility of the back battery killing the front battery and having your car not start. That's one of the biggest reasons. The fusing is all in there, and you don't actually have to have this, but it's pretty good, because without it, something could happen. Then your battery drains, can't start your car, and you're kind of sitting there going, "What do I do?" So you get these. We call them relays. Today, they're a solenoid, like a starter solenoid used to be an old Ford truck or something. But you got to be careful, and this is why. When you're buying these things that are mass-produced, sometimes somebody makes a mistake. In this case, these people made a really, really big mistake. In short, here's your relay, right? Okay, we all know from high school, there's your plunger, there's your relay coil, there's your terminals. You flow current through this coil, and this little guy here is going to pull in, and then it's going to release, and blah, blah, blah. This is the plate. This is the contactor plate. Up inside, you have the two contactors. I don't think it's too dark in there to see. There they are. But that comes across them and shorts these together so the battery can flow to the load. However, it doesn't work really good when the casing that you mount to the negative of the car is tied to the positive side of these terminals. What you get happen, and because this goes down in here, right, sits down in there like that, and normally would be isolated. They forgot some of the either isolation or whatever, and this is frozen. This doesn't even move anyway. So I think what happened is this just got frozen in there once I powered it up. But they have two of these little plates like this. As you can see, the scarring on the plates, these two plates were laid in there, and you can see where they welded themselves right to the chassis. This is the negative. Well, this isn't even the negative side. This is just an isolated mounting plate in this Bakelite case. So when you ground your 12 volts straight off the battery to vehicle chassis ground, you get that big bang, the fuse blows, and you wonder, dude, what happened? So that's why you always want to use fuses right next to the battery. And let me tell you, if you don't know and you haven't gone to install school, there is a course, believe me. You always want your fuse to be as close to the battery positive and negative terminal as possible. And here's why. If you get into an accident and for some reason they hit you on the driver's side front, and they compress that metal into your wiring, if there's no fuse between the battery and that long piece of wire, it's going to short, your battery's going to blow up or start on fire. You don't want that. So for a side impact front accident, you want that fuse right there. I mean, as close to the battery as possible so that there's no way anything can short before the fuse. Shorting after the fuse blows, everybody's safe. Anyway, so these are really nice. Don't get me wrong. I've used these forever and they work really well. These will handle a continuous duty of 80 amps. I don't usually push it like that. Yeah, 60, continuous, fine. There are some other ones, big metal ones like we had back in the day, and those are like 200 amp. But for, if you're just doing, inverters and stereos and stuff like that, these are great. But until they build them wrong. So I guess the best thing to do is when you get these, and I never ever thought of this, check the terminals here between the supposedly isolated mount and make sure there's nothing there. Maybe do it on a bench and cycle the relay a couple times just to make sure nothing's going to happen like that. But hey, from now on, the next one I put in, when I get it, I'm going to put it on the bench and just try it. No, there was no reason to think that you shouldn't. I've never had 35 years of me doing this. I've never had one do this. So fluke, maybe. Maybe this one was built on a Monday or on a Friday. Man, had to get out of there. Do it quick. Oops, forgot the isolation on the plunger. Anyway, all right, well, hey, everybody, when the weekend gets here, please be safe driving around. Go out to karaoke, do what you want to do. You do you. Have fun. And I want to thank everybody for those Quansheng purchases. Man, that sale was great. I'm working on getting everything out as fast as I can. Some will go out tonight. Some will go out probably Saturday or Monday. Well, I won't be here Saturday, so probably Monday. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. 7-3s to everybody. Stay cool. Be safe. See you next time.